All right, hi, this is Douglas DeBecker with Fallen Rhythm Institute. I'm sitting here with Dr. Horacio Roa, doctor we're collaborating with here in California, and he's with Holistic Health Services, and he's doing a 10-part series on healing for healers and new healers, as both an introduction and as a deeper dive into the healing arts. Welcome, Dr. Horacio Roa. Nice to see you.
Thank you very much for calling me doctor, but I don't have any doctor degree, which is I'm educator, which is means doctor. You can call me doctor then. But in any case, I want to refresh the first lecture was about a triad or a unique principle. And through the 10 lectures, I want to share tools for self-healing and healing others. They are my tools I use every day for healing. Then it's very important for new healers and for healers to know and remember you need to have a good idea behind your attitudes and behind your actions. Your beliefs and your idea is going to define your attitudes and you're going to performance your actions based in your ideas and your beliefs. The group of ideas and beliefs you using for your personal life and for healing others, they need to be the same and need to be actually coming from the traditionals, from our grandparents, from my Indians roots, from the Egyptians, from the Chinese, from the Hindus, from the Mayas, from the Guaraníes, from the old legacy. Why? Because you don't want to create a new healing. You cannot create nothing new. You can recreate. You can recreate a tool. You can make a tool work better, but you don't create the healing arts. You refine. I'm going to explain actually refinement process in the second lecture, which is today, but I want to make this introduction because it's important we follow traditions. We follow our grandparents, the experience, thousands of years using herbs, food, and techniques. We need to be safe, and healing have a big safety measures to pursue it and to follow every day. Then first, you need to be safe and you need to think in the safety of your client. That's why the traditional medicines, they are safe because they are proof is work. Then after this announcement, and because I want to reaffirm what we do in Douglas means to follow traditional medicine and your institute and my work and the foundation is actually to your idea. My idea is to rescue, to keep, to promote, and to keep alive traditionals, healing art techniques, and it's a science and it's art together. But the oldest one, like I explained the first lecture, the idea of the yin and yang. That is a very old idea and is in everywhere and is not actually an idea, is a discovering. Healers, we are in connection with nature, first of all, because nature is the source of common sense. And here is going a tip for everybody. If you are connected with nature, we need to come back to nature, to the simplicity of nature. Common sense is activated naturally. We understand without to think and without to read a book, because common sense is the connection with nature.
Mm.
The second lecture today is about octave and the sixth process. They explain how things they are made and why mathematically, physically, we have difficulty. The understanding of the ninth force, the understanding of frustration and pain, the understanding why things don't go through when you want, the understanding of laziness, fear, ignorance, they are basic understanding for healing. We need to understand all these concepts first in ourselves, to understand the nine forces, our failures, our weakness, our laziness, our fears. Then when we are connected with them, we can actually understand that in others. The idea of the octave coming from actually the understanding of the rhythm of vibrations. One practical example is the music. The music naturally has 8 notes and naturally have 2 intervals. And do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, you have the first interval in do, re, mi, and then you have the si, do interval. Then if you go to the piano and you go to the scale, you will see the intervals in the scale. These intervals is in the level of everything, is a cosmic intervals. The first one is easy to bridge, is when we start to do exercise and then we are very enthusiastic and then we don't want to go to run anymore, but we push a little bit and then we keep running and we bridge this interval in the octave, which is my running activities or my workout activities. But then after months, it's again, I don't want to run anymore. I don't want to do more exercise, and I have another interval. And this interval, usually people don't breach it. That's why we have many books we don't finish to read and many projects we don't finish. Many people don't finish the school. Many people don't finish the marriage. Many people don't finish many things they start because the intervals was not bridged. Then the idea of bridge the intervals is for create a ascendant process. Then if you are aware about the ninth fourth and the intervals and you know you are in one natural place, then psychologically these intervals, they are designed for you rethinking about what you are doing, for your questioning yourself if this is the directions you want to go. Then if you are sure or if you are not, you're going to curve down the process and don't go through, and you're never going to get your degree you're never going to become a PhD, then you couldn't reach the interval. Or if you got it and you get your degrees because you was able to bridge all the intervals and keep the process in one ascendant direction. Then this idea is very useful practically when you treat people. The person is coming because he's on pain and is ready to bridge all the first intervals, like the person needs to lose 50 pounds in order to control diabetes or blood pressure, and they lose because he got one minor stroke. He lost very easy the first 15 pounds, but then is coming the first interval and you don't know, or you know, but if you know like a healer about the intervals, you're going to help to your client to bridge it. And then when he is already in the 25 pounds and he don't want to come anymore to your office and he don't want to get more sessions and he give up the whole healing process, uh, the job is to work on uh, before you know your client's going to face intervals and you already working on this aspect before it's happening. The way to do that is actually to warning. Uh, Many clients, they tell me, well, you know the future. And I said, no, I don't know the future. I know mathematics. Then humans, we are machines. We have habits. We have mechanicalities, and when you know them, you can know the future. You can actually know what the person's going to do. Then the idea of intervals is very practical for your own projects and for help people to achieve goals. This is in connection, this difference process. They have 6 forms. They can get in different 6 ways, and these 6 ways is the combination, the only 6 possible combination of the 3 forces I actually explained in the first lecture. The first process is elimination, and the order of the process I explain it right now is the order for actually keep a ascendant process for be successful in your projects. Then if you alter the order of the process, you're going to get a different result. That's why healing also is a science, because it's mathematical. You can calculate in some extent healing. And this is one example I give you right now. Elimination is a natural process happening everywhere. And one example is when you buy a property. You buy a piece of land and you already picture a house with a garden and a pool and trees and vegetable gardens. But what you got is a piece of land without anything and with a lot of bushes and trees and things they coming with nature. The elimination process is the first one, because in order to you get your goal or I give the metaphor of the house. The first things you need to do is clean up. Then cleaning in healing is the half of the whole work in healing. Like the another half is nursing. Then if I simplify healing art, is divided basically in two. One is cleaning and another is nursing in different forms in the holistic way. You have different kind of toxins to clean up, and you have different kind of food you need to get daily, like emotional food or intellectual food or spiritual food. And that is not a carrot. Carrot is a physical food for your stomach, is different. Then cleaning, all this knowledge is actually coming from the observation how is made the human machine. If you study anatomy and physiology and you go deeply in the study of the human body, you will get the conclusion actually the body, the whole body, the organs and the systems, they are divided in these two categories. All the organs, the half of the organs, they are designed for clean, and the other half, they are designed for nourish the cells. Then that's why you have the vein system and you have the arterial system. These two systems explain graphically what I'm talking about. Then the vein system, they are designed for cleaning, and the arterial system, they are designed for delivery nutrients and oxygens into the cells. But behind of the arterials and the veins, there are many organs and a lot of work for producing the blood and for transform water, oxygen, and food in blood. Then the first process, elimination, is necessary. Then one way you can clean your land is with fire. Then here we introduce the 6 elements in our work, and I'm going to explain the use of each element. Then the amount of elements we use, there are 6. And the first 4 ones is coming from the West knowledge. And the 5th is the Chinese, and the 6th is the universal. Then the first 4 is fire, water, air, and soil or earth. Then the Chinese add the organic matter. And then the universal knowledge is love. Then these 6 elements, air, fire, water, earth, organic matter, and love, they are all the component of all things. Then fire, water, air, and earth, they are all also clean devices. The 6 elements also, they are working in the cleaning and in the nursing as well. The second process after elimination is illness. Then in some ways, when you burn the land gets sick, and that is in connection with the third process, is crime. Then in nature, you observe this process all the time: elimination, illness, and crime. And humans, we follow nature. We are a nature product. Then behind the madness or the evil intention in crime is coming from nature as well. They are the first three process, which is they are the necessary process for create the last three ones. Without the elimination, illness, and crime, we cannot to achieve healing, regeneration, and refinement. Then, like a healer, myself, I deal with this six process every day, and I see how everything is running and is created and is organized from this six process. And I use these six process. I use these six process practically in my practice. These ideas, they coming from Ronnie Collins, from a book called The Reflection of the Mirror, but I will give this information more precise next recording. I'm going to mention different books you can actually find these ideas. I took these ideas from the traditionals. Actually, the idea of a triad is Chinese. The idea of octave is from Egyptians. And the idea of a six process is actually a modern science idea, but with the foundations of the traditional Egyptian knowledge. Then we're looking for regeneration and refinement in the healing practice. When the client's coming into your office, he is already in the elimination or in the crime, like addictions, or he is in the process of illness. Then your work, my work, like a healer, is to guide the person to achieve the next three process. But for do that, they need to bridge the intervals they didn't before. That's why the person is stuck. And this is one of the more incredible concepts in healing, stuck and stagnation. One of the things we need to become aware and detected in the practice is the different stagnations process, which is stagnation is also when you are in an interval and you are in a loop and you cannot to get out of this loop and you don't go up or down, and which is very painful. It's the same when your gallbladder stop to work, stop your digestion, the food gets stuck in your intestine and it's very painful. Then anything is stopped in our life, psychologically, emotionally, and physically produce pain. And the pain is create for push the process and keep the rhythm. Then movement is the another law in healing. The human's body needs to move. And if you don't move, they're going to move you. Something is going to push you. You cannot really stay in one place. It's going to be painful. Then this second lecture, if you have any questions about the six process, please let me know. I can go deeper with the idea. The the use of these ideas, and which is the third chapter or the third lecture, is the idea of the energy. When I'm talking about stagnation or get stuck, I want to connect with the bioelectric energy, or chi, or vital energy, or libido, or sex energy. They are all the same things. Then this is our subject of work, to reestablish the work of this energy. In jiatsu acupressure, I practice this kind of therapy for 30 years using point and meridians. One of the works we do in the massage therapy is to dissolve the stagnation and re-establish the energy of the meridian. That is how we can help the spleen or the intestine or the lungs or the heart. And we know from Chinese medicine which ones they are the meridians and the point. And in one of these lectures, I'm going to show practically points and techniques of acupressure for work on stagnation. Then the work on stagnation is very simple and very important, very deep. You can heal in people if you can dissolve stagnations and know how to fix it and how to stop to create it and understand where is the cause of stagnation. Then this chi needs to be, or this sex energy need to be educated. Then when you understand the basic ideas, one of the more important use of the ideas is refine your energy. The healing profession, actually how I teach it, is for the self-refinement of the practitioner. Then it's very simple to see the successful of a healer. If he looks bright and lighting and healthy and young, doesn't matter the age, and with health, is because he's a good practitioner. But he looks old, gray, tired, he's not going to last longer in the healing profession anyway. Then when you do a right practice of healing, the practice refines yourself and healing yourself. And that is a consequence of the right work. What I try to do in this lecture is guide you for you don't get hurt in the practice, actually to get a benefit from the practice. Not only money is something much important, which is positive karma, and health and energy. Then for the refinement of the chi, or the understanding of the chi of the libido, I create a technique. It's called Enter. Enter is endocrinal nerve tract reprogramming, and there are a series of exercises for understand the chi and understand how to direct the energy to your hands. And this is healing by hands. And now I'm talking about the fourth and the fifth lecture I'm going to do in these series. Then Enter is based in Qigong and in Tai Chi and in different Reiki healing art What I did was to use a more simple language for explain how to recognize the electrical bioenergy in you and how to be aware and get a directly connection, and then how to use it and how to put it in your hands and how it can become a healing tool. Probably Enter is going to take me 2 lectures. I will try to do it in one, at least share the basic of the technique. I finished for today. Questions?
Thank you very much. Yeah, again, the sixth process you're talking about is elimination. What was the second one?
Illness.
Illness, then crime, then regeneration, no, then healing and regeneration, and then refinement.
Yes, healing, regeneration, and refinement is the order.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Horacio. I appreciate all your words. And we'll put this up in the next couple of days. Thanks for
All
spending
right.
time.
In the third class, I'm going to start more practically explain Enter and also to go more practically about the energy and the healing energy and how to use it. That is what is coming next lectures.
Okay. And again, your holistic health services and your website is holisticeye.com. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. Holisticeye.com. Thank you, Horacio. Take care.
You're welcome. Thank you. Goodbye.